So Bitcoin has set new all-time highs of about $68,000, which just happened in the last day or two here, which is absolutely great for the cryptocurrency space, and I think the start of the last leg of the bull run. So the plan for this video is to showcase my cryptocurrency portfolio as of now, show you some of the newly added projects that I've got in there, and then also my plans for the next couple of weeks and maybe months as we approach the end of this bull cycle. So as always, if you could do me a favor and take 1 second to scroll down and drop a like on this video, it would really help out the channel. And if you're new around here, make sure you do subscribe as well to help us on the way to 5,000 subscribers. Anyway, let's jump in. Let's take a look at the portfolio balance here. You can see we're sitting at $16,346. And give or take $100 or $200, this is the highest my cryptocurrency portfolio has been to date. So let's jump into each of these holdings, talk a little bit about them, my plans for them, and then we'll also talk about these newly added ones that I have in here. So starting off with the biggest position, which is Ethereum, and that comes in at $7,748 worth, which equates to 1.638 Ethereum. So I've mentioned in previous videos what my plans for Ethereum are. If you want to check out more on that, I have a dedicated video to Ethereum and when I plan to sell it, so go ahead and check that video out. But I'll give a quick recap right now. So essentially by the end of this bull run, when we start to get into the bear market, I want to still hold about 0.85 or 1 Ethereum, just in case for some reason the bull market doesn't end when people expect it to and it continues to keep going. I want to make sure that I still can have, or still achievable for me to have at least 1 Ethereum. A lot of people think Ethereum could hit $100,000 over the next couple of years, and I definitely do not want to miss the boat on that one. I may not be able to own 1 Bitcoin anytime soon, but I'll definitely make sure that I have at least 1 Ethereum. So yeah, if you want to see my price targets for Ethereum, I suggest checking out that video because I go into more detail there. But anyway, I do expect Ethereum to about double from this point before I start to sell that 0.638 or so of it. One other thing I want to mention about Ethereum is I've just jumped into Coinbase here. If you don't know, that previous app that I was just showing is called FTX. And essentially it just allows me to track my portfolio because I have it in a lot of different places. So it's just nice to be able to have a quick overview. Not sponsored by it by any means. It's a free app. Go ahead and download it and you can use it yourself. So I just want to show you guys over on Coinbase here that I have decided to stake some Ethereum as Ethereum 2. And I'm getting a 4.5% return on that. And I've staked about 0.137 Ethereum there, which equates to about €560 right now. Only a small amount, but I just kind of wanted to sample what it was like staking over on Coinbase. One thing is you cannot trade the Ethereum 2 right now, so I can't convert it back to Ethereum. It's pretty much locked in there for the minute, but I don't really mind because that'll make up some of the 1 or 0.85 Ethereum that I plan to continue to hold. So I'm fine for it to be there, earning me a bit of interest. But anyway, back we go over to our second holding here, which is Bitcoin. I have reduced my Bitcoin holding. It was about nearly maybe double this size. I'd say probably it was worth about $6,000 or so, but I have decided to cut that down a little bit and put it into some of the other kind of altcoins that I think will have a bigger run up over the next month or two here. Now don't get me wrong, I still think Bitcoin will reach about $100,000, but I'm trying to make as much money as I can, to be completely honest. I'm trying to get my money into some smaller altcoins that have lower market caps that basically have a better opportunity of maybe 3 or 4xing, where Bitcoin may only kind of 2x at a maximum, in my opinion, of course. But yeah, definitely a bit of a riskier strategy than just holding Bitcoin. I have absolutely no issue with anybody holding Bitcoin. It's something that I would do myself if I didn't want to take as much risk, but I'm feeling a little bit risky, so I've decided to put it into some other coins here. But anyway, let's take a look at our third project, and this is DFI, and this one has absolutely taken off recently, which is great to see. It was fairly stagnant for quite a while, but we can see here that over the last month it's up 40%, which is absolutely great. Just look at all them green candles day after day, so that's amazing to see. So I think I put an initial deposit of about $700 into this, and it's getting to the stage where it's nearly doubled by now. I've had to wait a while, but it's great to see it finally taken off. And this is essentially, I staked this DeFi on Cake DeFi. Again, I have another video on that. I won't go into it in this video, but I have a full detailed breakdown on that. And essentially where I earn, depending at the time, nearly 100% interest rate on that. It kind of fluctuates. It can be between maybe 80 and 100%, but absolutely great yields on there. And I pretty much have all of that staked right now. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check that out. I'll leave a link down in the description below as well. If you want to sign up, you can get a sign up bonus over there too. So coming in at number 4, we have XRP. This one obviously very slow this whole bull cycle because it's been tied up in the lawsuit. I hate to reference another video, but I do have a video on the kind of latest updates on that lawsuit. Essentially, to recap, I'm hoping that there is a settlement in the XRP lawsuit where XRP basically come out on top. That would be a great scenario for XRP. But the SEC are continually dragging it out, so I'm not too sure when it will end. But if it does end and it goes in XRP's favor, I've seen a lot of predictions, none of which I will say in this video because some of them are just too outlandish to say and I'll probably get abuse in the comments. but it could absolutely take off. So I want to keep this in here. I know there's probably other projects that will take off in the meantime, but I just want to keep this holding here on the off chance that XRP does absolutely take off. Next up, we have got Luna, or Terra as I believe it's called. This project, I don't know a whole lot about this project, to be quite honest. It's just a bit of a smaller market cap, still in the top 100 obviously, and I'm trying to just kind of jump on the gains there and the momentum gains there. So a bit of a short-term trade on this one. Next up, we've got Solana, and Solana has been taking off recently. A lot of people are really talking about it. It's had quite a run up. Let's take a look over the last month, we'll say. It's been up 62% in the last month, which is crazy gains. Unfortunately, I wasn't really in it over the last month. I've had small bits of it, but it's only in the last maybe a week or two that I managed to get into Solana. So haven't really seen it take off for me just yet, but a lot of predictions talking about $500 or so. So we could see probably a 2x from here, which would be great to have. Next up, we've got ADA, and you can see that Cardano is starting to take off a bit. It was quite stagnant for the last while there, but let's take a look at the last week here. So 16% in the last week, which is great. Over the last month, only 4% though. So it's had a bit of a rocky road, but I do think that Cardano will start to take off a bit. Don't have all my bags packed for it, but I do have a small little stake there, and that equates to about $380. Next up for Matic, again, just a bit of a solid hold, hoping this one will take off as well, but I haven't looked too much into the fundamentals of it recently. I think it's been in a similar boat to Cardano where it hasn't had too much of a run up. Let's take a look here. Actually, 46% in the last month. I didn't even realize that, to be quite honest. That's what happens when you start to hold this many projects. It's hard to keep track of them all, but I do think that it's a good project and hopefully will start to take off in the next couple of weeks as well. Next up, we've got a very risky play, but one I'm sure a lot of you will be happy to see, and that is Floki in my portfolio. So one of you actually suggested in the comments, and I can't remember your name, but thank you very much for that, told me that a lot of these coins like Dogilon and Floki are on something called Gate.io, which is an exchange. So I went over there, actually signed up, and it was much easier than using the pancake swap and all that kind of stuff. And especially for the Ethereum, if anything's on Uniswap, there's quite high gas fees, so you can actually save a lot of money by getting it on Gate.io. So appreciate that, and I did manage to pick up some Floki there. And that's basically where I'm holding my Floki right now, over on Gate.io, and I have about $350 in that. Again, this one is a complete gamble, I'll emphasize that. It's on that meme coin buzz. They've been doing a lot of good advertising recently, so that might work in their favor and they might start to see some money coming in. I know some YouTubers like Andre Jick invested about $1,000 into it, which is, for his money, not a lot, so it's just a bit of a gamble for him, a bit of fun. And I seen that the Dogecoin millionaire invested about $30,000 and is hoping to get that up to about $100,000. So there's definitely some interest here, but it's a bit of a momentum for me. I don't really, to be quite honest, believe in the project long term as of right now. Maybe that could change, but for right now, it's just hopefully I can get in there, could maybe 3 or 4x, and I could exit with a bit of profit. That, in all honesty, is my plan for that one, but definitely a gamble. And then finishing up, we have Step Finance, we have Engecoin, and we have FTT. Small positions in there between $250 and $320. These are just small projects that I decided to get into, but I'm not going to recommend them or anything because I may end up changing these positions over the next couple of weeks. So there's a look at the portfolio. Essentially my plan is to sell, I would say probably 90% of that. I'm only going to hold basically 1 Ethereum or just less than 1 Ethereum by the end of this bull market. And then I plan to reaccumulate on a lot of the good projects when the bear market starts, as I'll be hopefully getting some of these at a discount. Do keep in mind that once this bull cycle ends, a lot of these projects probably won't be around, bar the likes of, you know, the top ones in the top maybe 50 or so, or that's maybe even be a stretch. It might only be the top 20 that survive. We simply don't know, but you're pretty safe with the likes of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, them likes. But a lot of these projects may not be around, especially a lot of these meme coins, when the bull market ends. So it is important to take profits along the way and not be too greedy. But yeah, that's going to cover it for this video. There's a look at what I'm investing in right now and a bit of my plans for the next coming months. As I said, I do think the bull market is going to end probably around the end of December. We might fall into January as well, but definitely by February I would expect to see the bull market end and a bit of a drop there. But in the meantime, hopefully plenty of money to be made. Remember, this video is not financial advice, so make sure you do all your own research when it comes to any kind of investment. Anyway guys, hopefully you did enjoy the video. Again, if you could take a second to drop a like on it if you already haven't, that would be great. And if you can help us on our way to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, go ahead and hit that subscribe button too. That'd be amazing. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in another video.